What is up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to, I don't know what all these movements are, but welcome back to another movie review. And today we're going to be reviewing this one right here, Trolls World Tour. I have the 2-pack. That's got both the first and second film. And I bought this a while ago, and I just now watched it. I figured now that I watched Scoob finally, I might as well watch that too, since it's a 2020 movie. Which I just realized, just within a matter of a couple videos, not in order, but I reviewed just in the matter I watched 3 movies that came out this year: The Invisible Man, Scoob, and Trolls World Tour. Alright, first things first, I didn't say what's the plot of this movie. Evil rock trolls trying to unite all the strings of the music, and Poppy tries to go and stop them, basically. That's basically the plot. Okay, so going into this movie, I didn't know what to expect. I enjoyed the first one. It was nothing jaw-dropping or amazing. But this one felt really good, and I really liked it. I had a lot of fun with this one. The animation is on par with the first one. There's a little bit of differences here and there, but the characters are very, very fun, and there's not really any time where I'm annoyed at any of the characters. Like, there's some cringe jokes, obviously, but that's expected with one of these movies. There was some cringe jokes in the first one. This being a jukebox musical, I felt they had a lot more fun with it. They changed a lot more of the lyrics in the songs that they sang. I don't know if everything was a cover song. Like, I know a lot of them were because I recognized them. We did say Gundam Styles in here. So is Who Let the Dogs Out and some other things. The thing is, the movie kind of calls themselves out for using those outdated pop songs, so that's kind of funny. I do find a little weird there's a Harlem Shake joke in this. Yeah, I'm not even joking. There's a Harlem Shake joke in a 2020 movie. We all know what happened with this movie. Was like the first movie in the midst of the pandemic to get thrown into VOD, and it did really well. And the movie's really actually pretty good. I actually like it more than the first one, because this movie kind of has a bit of a social commentary, kind of about like how people need to accept people's differences and accept that everyone's not the same. And that's a really good lesson that I think a lot of people in our world, especially nowadays, need to accept and need to learn. So I very much recommend this movie for that alone. The songs, like, yeah, I'm having fun listening to them. There's a few good moments where I did have a good to quote Mel B. She's a judge on America's Got Talent. She wasn't on the past year, but you guys know. There was a few moments that gave me a good belly laugh. And the movie is just a feel-good movie. Like, there's nothing I really hated about it. Like, the movie opens up with a tiny narration from the cloud from the last movie. I hated that, because I didn't like that character. But the movie itself was a lot of fun, and I'm so glad to own both of them on Blu-ray, because they're both really decent films. Both the first and second one is really good. This one's definitely better, though. The designs of the trolls are really nice, and a question that I had in the first movie with that one troll with the long hair, long legs, and his like a giraffe-looking thing. His name was Cooper, I do believe. I had the question, why does he look different than the other trolls? And this movie answers that. And actually, I remember the Nostalgia Critic had that question too, because he talked about it in his review of Trolls, of his review of Trolls. Now, like the first one felt a lot more kiddie oriented. This one feels like they weren't just aiming for the kids, especially with that whole accepting everyone's with their differences. That's a good way to teach kids that lesson as well through a movie like this, something they already like and that already has a good following. And like merchandise is definitely big. Literally, my niece went as Poppy for Halloween, and my nephew went as Tiny Diamond. This movie isn't without its flaws. Like I said, there are a few cringy jokes. There's definitely, I believe there was a fart joke or two. But there are definitely heartfelt moments. Like the first movie had heartfelt moments, but they weren't as impactful as some of the moments were in this movie, which I really, really liked. Branch and Poppy is always good to watch together, even in the Netflix series that's out there, and even like another series that's coming soon. Now this is just really well. It's really well animated. A lot of stuff looks like fabric, and there's a scene where there's a desert, and the desert is like a glitter. It's like a sand colored, like kind of like a gold glitter look, and I really, really like it. It pointed out to me super well. The movie's animated really nicely. The comedy is mostly good. There's a few jokes, like I said. The animation is pretty good. It's a slight upgrade, but not much. It's like you watch them side by side, you wouldn't be able to tell. It's definitely got the comedy aspect down. Alright, when it comes, and like when it handles the different genres of music, it's really good. There's even like a whole song that kind of implements every little bit of each genre we were introduced to. Like even freaking yodeling gets a small little snippet in that song, which is really, really cool. Like there's like K-pop trolls in this, reggae trolls. Was it reggae? Is that what it said? Don't quote me on that. I think it was reggae. But it's so crazy how much different music they jammed into this. Usually a musical keeps to the same genre of music the whole way through. Mostly it does with a movie. But this one though, they like threw it everywhere. Obviously because it fits the theme. And I haven't even talked about the villain yet. The villain is entertaining when they're on screen. They're not on screen as much as you would think. Not like with the Bergens in the first movie. We'll get to the Bergens in a minute. But yeah, and there's the moments on there that are really fun. She gives me a bit of a darker wild style vibe, or a more immature wild style vibe. Queen Barb was her name. And Branch is a little side plot in this, that he's kind of got feelings for Poppy, and that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I think I was going to point out, as a slight spoiler, I was actually, like, after the end of the movie, they did like a credit sequence that still has animation and everything, and it's like, I'm like sitting there like thinking, why wasn't there even a mention of the Bergens in this movie? And then literally, like right after I thought that, both King Gristle and Bridget from the first movie show up, and they're like, "Oh, I think we're late to the party." I'm like, "Yeah, you kind of missed the whole movie." I legit thought they were about to say, "Oh my gosh, we missed the movie." I'm about to say, are they really going that route? I thought they were going to go with that. So I'm going to give this movie a solid 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this. I had fun with it. I really needed this movie. Now I'm saying the last movie I reviewed was bad, Scoob. But I needed something that was really good, that I really enjoyed. And this was that. And my friend Tanner, as you've seen him in videos in the past, I think if you actually... he didn't like the first one because of the bright colors on most of... That's not as prominent in this one, so if that was your problem in the first one, I think you'll like this one better. But that's all I gotta say. Have you guys seen Trolls World Tour? If you have, I would love to know what you guys thought in the comment section. By the way, the World Tour title, I thought it was just a title for like being multiple different genres of music, but there's actually a point to the title. You have to watch the movie to find out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!